Bird nerds, how we doing? Hope everyone's birds are doing fantastic. We're just got done cleaning out the cages and just kind of doing an inventory check, seeing where we're at. Got lots of birds, lots of babies that I need to band. And today we're gonna show you guys what I do to DNA sex my birds and who I go through. So that's what we're gonna have coming up right here. Before we get to that, guys, I just wanted to send a shout out and a thank you to everyone who has been purchasing the new Bird Nerd products. Seriously, guys, I can't express my appreciation for you guys enough. I really appreciate it, and it goes back to the birds. So your contributions are not in vain, and you get a cool shirt, and the money that I get from it gets put back into the birds to help better my cages, helps go towards the aviary that we've got in plans for outside. So you say hi, Mikey? Say hi. So just wanted to say thank you, guys. Really appreciate that. And we're actually going to do kind of a little special here. Anybody who purchases any type of Bird Nerd merchandise within the next 2 weeks, let me know. Drop some comments down below, and I also get emails kicked to me whenever any items are purchased. And if you purchase within the next 2 weeks, let me know, and I'll send an additional free Bird Nerd merch item to you guys. So again, we've got hoodies, we've got shirts, we've got tank tops, we've got mugs, stickers. Put down in the chat below some of the items that you may like, and we'll select a few comments as well. Send some Bird Nerd merch out to you guys. But yeah, go on and grab something. Doesn't matter the value or cost of anything that you buy. Let me know, and I will send you another item for free. So you're getting 2 for 1. So just to show my appreciation to you guys and to the Bird Nerd family. So hopefully you'll enjoy it, and I appreciate your contributions. It really does make a big difference and goes a long way. So along with that, if you guys are new to the channel, outside the Bird Nerd family, subscribe to the channel, join the Bird Nerd family. We have videos that range from breeding to housing to keeping to health to top birds to breed and to keep, things like that. Really, it's trying to educate anybody and everyone that are interested in birds. This is Mikey, if those of you are here for the first time. He's my old grumpy buddy. He's over 17 years old and thinks that he's one of my children. So I just call him a grumpy old grandpa, huh? That's what you are. He's my buddy, sure love him. And we've got a huge range. We've got 100 plus birds, several different species, and lots of babies right now. So we're gonna round up some of our babies. We need to band them, and then again, like I mentioned earlier in the channel, we need to DNA sex my Rosie Bork babies, and we also need to band them so that we can tell who's who and which parents they came from. So if you're new to the channel, click that button, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Again, like I said earlier, any funds or anything that I receive from this YouTube channel, from the merchandise, from the products that you guys buy through my Amazon affiliates program, it all comes back to what you're seeing here. And the goal is to make it bigger and better. Me and my older brother, we always joke that in the bird world, It's never enough. You always want another bird. You always want a bigger cage. You always want more, right? So it's never enough, and we're always trying to improve it, make it better, and somehow try to satisfy our bird fever. But I don't know if that will ever be satisfied, if you guys know what I mean. So let's jump to it. We need to catch the birds. So I've got 2 of my babies up here in the large flight, and then I've got my 3 babies from Pink Lemonade. They're still down there in the flight with mom and dad. So we're gonna catch them, pull them out. We'll hold them, show you guys the health checks that we do on them and how to band them. They are a bigger bird. I've shown you guys how to band finches and canaries. It's gonna be the same process, they're just bigger. So a little bit more of a handful, just because they are stronger and harder to handle, but we'll see if we can get it to happen and have you guys join along for the ride. So let's do it. All right, let's see if we can get this on video. Let me adjust this a little bit and lower it so then you guys maybe can see a little bit higher. That way you can see the birds we're catching here. Well, that was that was a lot easier than it really should be. She was sitting up at, or he was sitting up at the door, and I went behind her and got it. So we like how that happens. So we're gonna pull her out real quick, or him. I don't know the gender. Beautiful looking birds. Aren't they awesome, guys? Got some good pink coloration on there. These guys seriously are so docile, so nice. And they don't bite. I mean, I've never handled this outside of the nest box. I mean, I've shown you guys when they were babies in it. I mean, look, I put my finger at her beak or his beak. Nothing. Super docile birds. I just love them. So health check looks good. Underbelly looks great. Eyes are nice and clear and wide. The nasal or the nose looks good. The beak looks good. It's got all the toenails. They all look great. So perfect little specimen that we have here. So let me take you guys over here and we'll show you how to band. Or actually, maybe what we could just do is this. We'll just bring this over this way, and I'll just hold this up here. I showed a picture in there of kind of my setup and what I have. So we're going to be banding and taking a DNA sample for this little girl. So we've got our plastic bands here. So I got a plastic band, and I also have an aluminum band that we're going to be putting on. You got to be careful with the aluminum bands. Don't tighten them too tight. Make sure there's still some wiggle room, especially since they're going to grow, and their legs, the width of their leg or diameter of their leg will grow a little bit as they mature to adulthood. So you want to make sure there's enough wiggle room in there that the aluminum ring isn't going to cut off any circulation or anything like that. So let's throw this aluminum one on first. And we'll try and see if we can let me see if we can, like I said, it's a little bit harder because they're bigger birds, a little bit harder to handle, right? So we're gonna try and trap her toes in between my finger like that and hold it so that she can't wiggle out. And then a little bit easier to show this and a little bit quicker process. Got a little banding tool there. What you do is you slide it down, see how it opens it up. You open it up like that and slide it on. And there we go. Let's close this band a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so now what we need to do for the DNA sexing. So what we have, fingernail clippers. And the easiest way that I found to do this is clipping their toenail. So we're gonna clip their toenail, and I usually do their index one, their big one. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna clip it a little too short to where the blood will come out, and then we'll take our Q-tip sample, we'll soak up the blood, then I'm gonna put some tape around the Q-tip so that we so that the DNA sample doesn't get tainted in any way. We'll put it in a baggie. I'll mark the color bands that I did, and I'll send it off. So the company that I send these off to are called Bird Sexing Solutions. They're based out of California. It's a great lady. I've sent several of my birds to her as far as my DNA samples, and she's done a great job. So I enjoy working through her, and she's very quick and reasonably priced. So that's what we're gonna do. So let's, I know this, people don't like to do this, but this is probably the best way. There's other ways to get DNA samples. You can pluck a feather, but that sometimes can be just as painful. So we'll clip the toenail just a little too short here. I'm gonna show you guys so that you can see what I do. And just make sure you don't go too short. Too short, then they'll bleed a lot. You want just short enough that they're gonna bleed a tiny bit. So let it zoom in here. And I didn't get it quite enough. There we go. Just pulsate it a little bit. Get some of that blood to come out. Here it comes. And then you get your Q-tip. And you don't need a ton of blood. And I'll show you kind of where we're at, how much blood I get. So you can see I'm just dabbing the Q-tip on the toenail. And the toenail will grow back quickly. This will stop bleeding quickly. And then for the last one, I'm just gonna hold it there on the toenail for a minute. Just like that. Sorry for the crappy angle, guys. But so you can see there, we've got blood on the Q-tip. So now we're done with this bird. We're gonna set the Q-tip down. Make sure the blood's facing up. You don't wanna taint it. We're gonna let her go. Now, I've got a little piece of tape. We're gonna put this tape around this blood sample. And just do it lightly. Don't push it down hard. Just light enough there, just to help protect that DNA. And then we've got a baggie. We're gonna throw our Q-tip in the Ziploc baggie, like so. And then on the bag, we're gonna write what bird it's for. So we're gonna say Rosie Bork. And then that Rosie Bork, I put an aluminum and a white band. Like that. So we've got Rosie Bork, aluminum, and white band. And then there's a separate sheet. I didn't print them out yet. But there's from that website, there's a separate sheet. And I'll put the website down in the chat below, or in the description below. She has you fill out what the bird is, if you have any bands or identifications on them, so that you can keep the sample with the proper bird, and then you submit that paper with your DNA sample. Once she gets the sample and runs it, so you can send your money through mail. I don't like to send money through mail, so I usually will just send my samples off, then I'll call her and say, hey, call me when the samples get there, and then I'll just pay you over line. And so that's usually been a good method for me to use. You guys can use it however you want, but that's how we do it. So we're gonna catch the other birds real quick, get them all checked out, and get their DNA samples on as well, and we'll get them sent off. All right, guys, we got all the DNA samples. We've got 5 total because we got 5 baby Borks. We've got all of them banded with different colors so I can track lineage and where they came from and which baby is which. Then once we get results back as far as genders, we'll see if I have a couple other breeders that we maybe trade in some birds with. And I put all my babies in this flight together. So you can see there, you can see the bands kind of on them. They're not too happy with me because I just rocked their world, but got another baby right there. You can see the band on that. So like I said, we'll get these sent off, and hopefully we'll get some results back, and then we're gonna catch. You can see that we've got our Java babies up there. I did just have a baby Amadima fledge. We've got over here, we've got some, we've got our baby shaft tails. We've got 2 baby shaft tails, and then also our other Amadima babies that we all need to catch and put bands on them. So that's what we're gonna do for the rest of the day. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Sorry for some of the crazy footage and video. Trying to get these birds banded is already difficult as is, and then trying to get it on camera, it's just crazy. So bear with me on that one. Appreciate you guys' support. Hopefully it helps some of you guys out on what I do to band my babies and then where I send them. So let me know what you guys think, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks, guys.